All right, guys, we're going back under the car. Let me show you. How do you get it back? You just hammer it back on?
You tap it.
Just tap it in.
Just tap it. I literally just touched it and it fell off.
Will this make it to Foxtoberfest? Probably not, but maybe 2020. Maybe 2020.
No, let's say yeah.
Yeah?
I think we can get it to Fox.
Uh-oh. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and I know for the last couple of uploads I haven't really got into the SSP, but that is exactly what we are doing today. We're going to get it up on jack stands, see what's going on underneath, and hopefully find no gremlins under there. So we'll see. I'm feeling pretty good about it, but who knows? So I'm going to bring you guys along. So anyway, first thing we got to do is, of course, move the cars around because I have limited space, and I do have MrAutoMotif over here helping me out today, and his awesome SVO is right over there, which I'll probably show you guys a little later. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Still no luck with reverse, guys, so we're gonna get it out the old-fashioned way. That's how you move an SSP. Okay guys, so we finally got the car up in the air. Turns out that my floor here is not level, so that was fun. But anyway, we got it up in the air, and on the wheel here, it seems like maybe we have a wheel bearing problem. I don't know. So you just rock it back and forth like this.
On the top and bottom, put one hand on the top and one on the bottom.
Okay.
And you just, it doesn't feel like a lot, but you can feel,
like some play there, like a movement.
Right. You're talking a couple millimeters, maybe less. Yeah. But most likely the wheel bearing is probably needs to be repacked.
Already take the lug nut off?
Nope.
So it's missing a lug nut.
It's missing a lug nut.
All right, missing a lug nut. Already found out.
Yeah.
Okay. What we got here?
All right. So usually the first thing I check is the brake pads. Or the brake pads, and the pads seem fine. I don't see any unusual wear.
Oh, okay. You have a way to measure thickness, right?
I just look at it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, right there. That's my measuring stick. You got enough beef on it, but what you're looking at here is looks to me like a stock brake.
Yeah.
There's nothing fancy about it. They haven't upgraded anything. So these are your basic brakes. The other thing I check usually are the fuel brake lines. So these are thoroughly dry rotted brake lines.
Okay.
So you want to get your sheet of paper out.
Yeah.
Brake lines.
Brake lines. Okay.
Have to be replaced.
Okay. Yeah.
So these are bolts that go through here and here.
Yeah. And this is the caliper, right?
This is a caliper, so this rides back and forth on these pins, and normally there's a lot of grease in here.
Yeah.
These are really dry, but it takes all of 5 minutes to pop these out, re-grease them, and slide them back in.
Okay.
You can put new brakes on it if it makes you feel better. You know, sometimes that's the first thing I do when I get these old cars, is I put brand new brakes on them. I check the brake hoses like this here.
Yeah, you said brake line's pretty bad.
You can see, like, an example of it's right there. See that?
The frame.
I mean, here's a crack right in the line.
Okay.
Chances are it's okay for right now, but I don't like to take chances when it comes to brakes.
Yeah.
There's no fender apron.
Yep.
They've done a wire tuck. So these are QA1 coilovers. It looks like a coilover kit that they used. I mean, it's pretty cool because you've got the complete tubular key members set up. The bolts are in there okay. Look under here. Yeah, everything seems to be in.
Okay, so Terry's kind of running me through all the different parts here because you guys know I don't know a lot about this. So obviously this is the coilover, right?
Yeah, QA1 coilover kit.
Okay.
It looks like a stock strut. And so a lot of these kits, you buy the sleeve, it slides over the strut.
Yeah.
And then you put the coil in here and bolt it up to the top of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty standard stuff, not anything top of the line. Looks like you've got an upgraded control, or not control arm.
Is that sway bar in link?
Yeah, it's sway bar link kit.
Yeah.
So these are upgraded bushings. They're the harder ones.
Okay. In stock, you said they were
Normally these are rubber.
rubber. Okay. These are plastic. Huh?
These are, it's some form of strong plastic.
Okay.
It gives a tight feel. The other thing, it looks like
This is my rack, right?
yeah, that's your steering rack.
Okay.
That looks like it's in good shape visually.
Yep.
It looks like they put something new in there, which is good news. So you've got a brand new steering rack. Your tie rod ends are new.
Okay.
The only thing is I don't feel grease in them. And that
So
little
you're
bit of
saying
play-
re-grease these, the caliper bolts.
Yeah.
We use the same kind of grease on these?
Well, you need a grease gun.
Okay.
I have a grease gun at home, but
Alright.
there's a fitting on the bottom. You pop the grease gun on it. They put these new control arms in.
Right. Yeah, I see the new control arms
Ball joint.
because they got a Z in them
Yeah,
or
you've
something.
got this new. This is a K member. This is your control arm.
Okay.
The ball joint that they put in.
Yep. Now, I don't think they drove it many miles. So does that, like, if we just re-grease it, or do we have to replace all the parts?
We can try re-greasing.
Okay.
I mean, they're not wobbling. Like if they're really bad,
Yeah.
you
You get a lot of play?
Oh, you get yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's scary. It's scary. And then we'll re-grease both of these, and that should take care of it.
I didn't realize it was new control arms, too.
Yeah, you got control arms, the K member, the coilover setup. I mean, you have a pretty decent setup. We got to replace the hood latch cable.
Oh, we got to actually replace the cable?
Oh yeah, that cable's toast.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the hood is really hard to open. The hood's really hard to open, guys. So that's why, and I wrote that
The
down.
wire tuck's okay, but you have to have your fender liner in here.
Right.
The only other thing I saw before is there was play in this, and it's hard to do this without the tire on.
Okay.
I suspect that the wheel bearings need to be repacked.
These are the wheel bearings? Yeah.
So if you have this screwdriver, let's see if this will pop.
Okay.
You don't have a hammer, do you?
Yeah, I do right here.
This is a dust cap that Ford puts on here. So I don't know much about the SSPs. Did they come with upgraded brakes?
I don't believe they did.
Because it doesn't look like
No,
it.
I don't think they did.
All right, so you take this pin out. You can loosen this. You pull the brake caliper
The brake
off.
caliper off, yep.
The rotor, when it comes off, there's a nut here. You'll spin that out, and then the whole rotor comes off, and the bearings are on the inside of the rotor.
Okay.
Bearings are really, really cheap. They're just messy to replace because you got to repack them with grease.
Okay. Use a grease gun for that too, or no?
No, hand pack them. They do make a
Okay.
tool that will, I can hook my air compressor up to it, and it'll squeeze the grease into it. I don't know. They don't seem that bad. So it could just be these ball joints not having tie rod
Not being
having
greased.
grease in them.
Okay. How do you get it back? You just hammer it back on?
You tap it. I wouldn't use the word hammer.
Okay.
And
just tap it in.
tap.
Tap, tap, taparoo.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo.
I'm a Happy Gilmore fan. I don't know if you guys are. So Terry's found a way to fix, what do you call it, the molding there, yeah?
The molding, yeah. I literally just touched it and it fell off.
We were going to totally reuse that. No, just kidding.
See all the dry rotting?
Yep. We're gonna put the turbine wheels on. That's what we're gonna do. Never seen
absolutely.
an SSP with GT turbine wheels, so that's what we're gonna do.
You do what you got to do.
Okay, passenger side, we looked at everything, and really same as other side, just needs some grease, but everything looks pretty good. The brakes are looking good. This one isn't as dented up as much. So, but yeah, this is looking good. Got the same setup pretty much over here, so we're in good shape.
Brake line.
Yeah, we still got to do the brake lines. You can see They're all like right there. It's a pretty bad spot. They're cracked, they're gone. Guys, you're going up under the car right now. Terry's gonna actually point out how we're looking at the frame rails and all of that, so.
So the frame rails are all in really good condition. They haven't been beat up. A lot of these cars are heavily damaged at this point. One thing I did notice is the lip of the body and the floor pans here is all mashed up. So either someone jacked it up or ran over something at some point and tore this up. Other than that though, underneath this car it looks pretty clean. The torque boxes are all in good shape as well. A little bit of surface rust, but for the most part, I haven't found any like hidden shenanigans going on underneath here. Everything looks pretty good. I'll keep checking it out. So one thing I did notice, this has a BBK X pipe on it, and they use these flanges here. I forget what these things are called, but basically it's like a piece of metal that wraps around and then you torque these bolts down. This is not my favorite setup for sealing exhaust. Normally I want something like this where it forces the metal together to make a nice tight seal, but I can almost guarantee you these things are leaking to some extent. You can even see some black soot. Anywhere you see black soot, you've got some sort of exhaust leak, and that's just one of the symptoms that we're experiencing while we drive it, is we feel like there's exhaust leaking, and up in the transmission there's the rubber seal is missing, so you get a lot of the exhaust leak coming straight up into the right in the cabin of the car. So here's the thing. One of the reasons why that's so easy to get off is because it's coated in oil. These should be bone dry. So look at on the left side there.
Oh, these are, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, so it's something's leaking.
That's the wheel cylinder,
Mm-hmm.
and behind here is the brake line. The brake line comes into the back of that wheel cylinder, and when you pump the brake, hydraulic pressure goes through that line into that cylinder and pushes those pads outward.
Okay.
So there's pins here, and it pushes them outward. Most likely fluid coming out where the line comes in, or these are busted.
Okay.
And you have to put a wheel cylinder in. It's super cheap. It just sucks.
Is it just pain in the butt?
I mean, drum brakes in general are painful to work on.
Yeah.
We're gonna blow like a few hours just.
We'll have to check the other side and see, but it's probably not, because this, see that half and half, and that's right where the leak is going.
Yeah, it's on that side.
Yep.
But you'll buy a new brake kit, and the brake kit will come with all these new springs and hardware.
Talking about this part's loose on the gas tank. So it shouldn't be bolted in, right?
Yeah, it bolts right into that flange on the tank.
Okay. And then
Yeah. That's really loose. It's not that rubber boot, but
okay.
right down here where it bolts in, that's really loose.
Oh, it's happening right here.
And
Yeah.
right up here it's loose. So
Does that just tighten it down, or?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's what we'll try first.
We'll try that. All right.
If not, you just gotta get a new rear shock.
Let's check the other side. So we'll find out if I need this or not. I'm gonna try and see. Nope. It's gonna come right off, I think.
You have no idea how lucky you are.
It must have came off recently. I don't know why, but so I got that inside. Is that?
That's fine. It's just don't breathe that in. It's probably asbestos.
Oh, great.
So unless you want lung cancer, you don't breathe that in.
Since I don't smoke, I'm gonna go with no. All right, so I don't feel the same, brake fluid, obviously. So this one looks dry.
Everything looks fine to me there.
Yeah.
So now you just gotta look for other things that could be.
Check out that spider sack, dude.
Nice.
I should be wearing gloves.
Ah.
All right.
So see how rock solid that one is?
Yeah, it doesn't move at all.
Right. So the other one's just loose.
Okay.
Now check the shock, top and bottom.
Try to turn it, or?
No, just see if it's loose. Just wiggle it. Right? You don't hear anything knocking.
Nope.
Overall, it looks pretty good on this side.
All right, guys, we're going back under the car. Let me show you few things found under here. Well, first of all, I want to start off with a question. I've got this cable hanging down here, electrical cable. It's coming from inside the car up there. But it's been capped off, and I'm not really sure what that goes to. I figured you guys would know, so let me know down in the comments below what's going on with that. But the biggest thing we found here was this. You see how loose this is in here in the drive shaft, the U-joints? Just push on it. That seems not good at all. Very bad. So need some new U-joints, I think, right, Terry? Yes. Okay. And then here at the cross member, it's actually, you can see there's a gap over here where this, let me see if that shows up on that side. There's a gap where this bolt's kind of coming out, and really it's 2 bolts. I guess it's supposed to be 1 bolt, and it's 2 in there, and it's not going all the way through. So we need that. There is a bolt missing here on the transmission where it connects to the bell housing. So we got to definitely get a bolt there. We've got to get the long one that goes through here for the cross member. I think this other side's loose too. There's a gap there. This is a single bolt, but it needs to be tightened down. And we're going to get up to the front. That's kind of what we found out here. So these U-joints, I mean, the car's really not even safe to drive with this drive shaft being loose like this. So another thing, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell under here, but the transmission, the way it goes more towards the passenger side, you can kind of tell from up top too. The shifter felt like it was further over me, but I think basically the K member might need to be adjusted, or that's what we're thinking anyway, a little bit, and you could move the transmission sort of back to the driver's side here. It doesn't feel like it's centered like it should be. So we're actually going to see if we can potentially adjust that if it's not too bad. We might need to get it on a lift, so I don't know. But yeah, just a few little things, but I'm really happy with the body. You know, no major rust like we saw, Terry showed you earlier with the frame rails and stuff. That stuff looks good. I mean, so that part is really good, but we just got some things we got to straighten up here. So anyway, we're going to move on to the front now.
I think the oil plug is leaking.
Really?
Yeah, because normally, like, it's possible it's rear main seal.
Right, that's what I was worried about, yeah. We're not worried, but that's what I thought it would be a rear main, but.
Because there's oil coming off. The first thing I would do is change the plug.
Okay.
Because you got to change the oil anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I change the plug, I clean all this up. Like, clean everything.
So you can tell where it's coming from.
Right. So it's possible the rear main seal is bad, but I'm going to go with the simplest thing, and this is damp and this has a drip hanging off of it, and we're going to clean all of this up, put a new bolt in, and then we'll see and get the dipstick in, and see if it leaks. These power steering lines are leaking.
Okay.
Yeah, so coming right off this pump right up here, these things are notorious for leaking real bad.
Yeah, gets that FoxBody whine.
Yeah. This is probably just loose, so we'll put a new clamp on it and tighten it up.
Hose clamp.
Yeah, it's minor. And so the main question here is, how do you get, there's the dipstick hole right there, but there's no space to send the dipstick up through because of the way the headers are shaped. And I guess what we're looking for is, anybody know of an option? Like a factory dipstick does not look like it would work to me. Here's a little bit of space right here to send it up through. That's probably the best option, but you're looking at a pretty steep angle to get down into that factory dipstick hole. So if anybody's got any ideas, we're open to them right now. At a minimum, we got to plug that hole because we got oil everywhere.
All right, guys, so I got my list right here of things that I need to do. Terry helped me put together, and the car is going to be here for a while. You know, we got a lot to do, so it's new home. And Terry, you said yours was up for like 6 months in the air, right?
At least.
Yeah. And he knows what he's doing, unlike me. So maybe it'll be a year. No, I hope not. We're going to try to knock it out pretty quick. You know, I'm just take it one step at a time too. I'm not going to go crazy. I do already have another car, another Fox I can drive. So will this make it to Foxtoberfest? Probably not, but maybe 2020. Maybe 2020.
No, let's say yeah.
Yeah?
I think we can get it to Fox.
Uh-oh. You heard it right here, folks.
Got a tag on it, right?
I do have a tag. It's drivable.
We'll be there.
All right, you heard it here. This car is going to be at the Foxtoberfest, so we'll see. I don't even believe it right now, but there goes my sheep. Oh well, I don't care. Anyway, please stay tuned to the channel for more updates on the SSP. It was a lot of fun today figuring everything out with the car, and we're getting somewhere. I mean, let me ask Tara right now, but this car came out a lot better than what you thought it was going to be, right?
Yeah, way better. Way
yeah.
better. I mean, the problem is when you look at the outside of it, and the body is so bad.
Yeah.
With just so much funk on it, and the door is so beat up. You look at it and you think it's a roach.
Right.
But then I got up under it.
It's solid underneath, right?
Very solid underneath. Very solid car. They've had some good parts put on it, but we'll get it safe, and we'll get it running good here shortly.
Yep. So that's the goal, Foxtoberfest. I hope you guys are coming to that, by the way. I will definitely be out there. So will Tar Heel Fox, my baby. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe, because I really want to hit that 1,000 subscribers. It's a goal of mine, so you guys can help me towards that. And otherwise, we'll see you next time on Gearhead 704.